So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're taping it again at Cummings Brothers in Meductic, New Brunswick. Great location here, garage, convenience store, gas. Please, patron. Great service. Now we're going to talk about the non-third season of Space 1999 and the concept of making Maya the main third character of the second series, the shapeshifter, into her own series. Now there was some discussion about season 2 when it first came out. It was kind of a sellout because he brought a former Star Trek producer in and other factors to make it more action oriented as compared to the mystical style or the British science fiction style of season 1. For me, both seasons stood out as very, very good quality. Even though season 2, some of the acting was considered by some critics as mediocre, I think each series has its own strengths. I know on CBC in Canada and other international syndication it did quite strong in non-American markets. But I think basically what Lou Grade and the other creators and producers wanted was something that was going to give them great return for their great investment. Now, what it's called the Undeveloped Year Tree came about after principal photography for the series came to an end on 23rd December 1976 with the OK episode of Dorcons. Now, an article regarding a third series was printed in the trade papers and basically said, now entrenched in its successful second season boom, ITC is looking forward to a third season with more fantastic events and additions, although the mum's the word at the studio. We will only say that Maya and Michelle will be kept in, and the budget may be raised again, but not all until the final preparations and official announcement are made. Now, the producers and studio intended to continue the show, and it was supposed to be shorter than the first two series, with the 13 episode creation, and for budgetary reasons. And Maya was supposed to be spun off into her own series, which would have very little to do with the Space 1999 main plot. Would run concurrently. Now, had this project went ahead, Maya, of course, would be absent for Space 1999, and the Maya series would have also extended to 13 episodes. But as filming on U2 came to conclusion, it became heavily apparent that there would be no third season, and the Maya spin-off was also abandoned. There's different theories why, because the show was quite expensive. They were looking to recoup a lot of the money, and there was thoughts to maybe put the series in double syndication, as we call it, or to do some compilation style, which eventually led to some of the expanded releases to the big screen and small screen and video through the years. The compilation films, which include Destination Moonbase Alpha 1978, Alien Attack 1979, Journey Through the Black Sun in 82, and Cosmic Princess in 82, recouped so much money, and the syndication was doing quite well, especially in Canada on their markets. There didn't seem to be a monetary reason. And Barbara Bain and Martin Landau were getting to be extremely expensive, and it was getting to a point in the 1970s where TV shows were getting more and more costly because of the high level of crossover actors and contracts. Now, I'm a season 1 fan. I'm not as big a fan of season 2. That's the big debate. But the feature film, like I said, aspect of season 1 and Barry Morris not being in season 2 really hurt the plots, because I don't think the Barry Morris character could have fit into the science fiction action aspect of season 3, which was very comparable with the last half of season 2 and the full season 3 of Star Trek. Because Freiberger was a extremely direct creator. He had a certain vision, but people like John Byrne and other people involved in the project did the best with the scripts. But like I said, you could tell by season 2 it was kind of losing momentum, especially the second half of the season, and there were certain plots that didn't make any sense, especially like Future Earth allowing the Alphans to be able to time travel. But the Maya character was fascinating because any person can turn into anything else. It can appeal to kids, appeal to women, very strong feminist character. But I think season 2 and season 1 together have to be taken as whole different ball games. It's like season 1 of Star Trek is much more darker than season 2. Season 2 was more cerebral, while season 3 was more comic bookish. And at the time, you could the way the British series worked, there was no continuity, because if you remember, ITC's major hit with The Prisoner was one season and that was it. But here with Space 1999, it was picked up, then canceled, and picked up again. That leaves a dangerous precedent because people would see it as disposable. I know tens of millions of dollars, of hundreds of millions of dollars have been made over Space 1999 over the years, and it's because I think of the strength of the first season combined with the action of the second season. And some people criticize season 2 for what's called terrible scripts. Not for me to say. I'm not an expert on science fiction writing. For what it was popcorn in the second season, while season 1 was more nachos. If that makes any sense. But season 1, I mean, Barry Morse just stole every episode because, I mean, you couldn't take your eyes off him because when he had something interesting to say, he was sort of like the heart and soul of the cerebral aspect of Moonbase Alpha. And again, season 2 was more comic bookish or more the cartoon aspect. So in this beautiful end of May, and May 29th, we tell everybody keep your stick in the ice and please enjoy the weather, get out and give a little bit of love to the Boston Bruins and Blues fans this week. They're under a lot of stress at the Stanley Cup final, and best of luck to all. Have a good day. Bye.